Welcome to Sikbaggers YouTube channel. I'm Steve, and today I'm going to be showing you another, yes, another, I told you there'd be a whole line of these videos, another product from Ciro3D.com. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to install the Ciro Filler Panel light. There's one thing I want to clear up real quick before we get into this about filler lights. These actually stick onto an existing fender extension that you already have. Street glides, road glides, anything that comes with a fender extension on it. You won't have a fender extension on a Road King or any type of Ultra. And then I get that call, a lot of guys want to know, hey, what kind of filler lights can I put in there? And they're usually talking about lights that fill that gap in between the saddlebag and the fender. These are not that. These actually attach to the fender extension that's on the back of the bike. So bear that in mind. It includes the Everlight LEDs that are inside here. They're super bright. And as always from Ciro, you can get it in a couple of different flavors. You can get it in the black with the red or smoked lenses, or you can get it in the chrome with the red or smoked lenses. And also plug and play. It's always plug and play from Ciro. This is going to be for the 2014 up fender extension. Before we get into the install, we're going to dump this stuff out on the table and I'll show you what you get inside the box. But just going over that stuff right there tells me we're not even going to need any tools to put these on. All you need is just a little bit of basic knowledge. Take your saddlebags and your seat off, which we'll go over that just in case. Get that stuff off, get these on, no tools needed. You will need one other thing that doesn't come in the kit, and that's alcohol. Not that kind of alcohol, guys. This kind of alcohol. You will need a little bit of rubbing alcohol to clean up. And you can have that other kind of alcohol too if you want. This is a really easy install, but you will need some rubbing alcohol. Doesn't matter what kind you have. This is just the cheap 50% stuff, but it's enough to get that fender extension clean of any oils, grease, waxes, polishes, anything like that you have on there that's going to stop that 3M tape from sticking to the fender extension. So make sure you have some of this. So when you get this box open, right off the bat, got the wiring harness, a bunch of zip ties, and some dielectric grease. Fancy with the tape on this one. I like busting these things out of prison. Take these guys out. Whew. So we got everything out here on the table. This looks like a very straightforward, simple install. We've got very detailed instructions as usual from Ciro. Pictures included, in case you're like me and you don't like reading. You've got the plug and play wire harness. This is going to daisy chain into your existing wire harness that's on your bike, and these are going to go back to the lights. You're going to get a buttload of zip ties, and you're going to get some dielectric grease. Oh, and plus the two lights. So the very next thing we want to do is get the seat and the saddlebags off. So the first thing we want to do is give ourselves an idea of how this mounts by doing a little dry fit, test fit, if you will. Leave the 3M backing tape on here. So if you see right here on the back, guys, there's two little tabs, two little teeth kind of that stick up. That's going to set. You're going to push that up onto that, and you know that's exactly where that needs to go on the extension. Those two little teeth are just going to hook right here. So if we take this and we take those two little teeth, we're going to set this in and just kind of slide it up above the exhaust, put the wire down to the bottom. We're going to pull it up until those two little teeth just kind of grab the bottom of the extension. Make sure the side's over, and if you want to, you can take a piece of painter's tape and run it across there, so when you take this back off to peel this off, you know exactly where that goes. So with the teeth on the bottom, I don't think I'm going to really mess with the painter's tape thing. I'm just going to go ahead and use my own judgment here. We're going to slide this up and let those teeth hit that fender extension, and we'll know that's exactly where it goes. But first things first, we got to get the waxes, oils, anything that's on this fender extension, we got to get that off. But maybe you're a detailer. We detail a lot of bikes in here. We use Q2 Prep or Prep All or something like that. That'll do the exact same thing, but rubbing alcohol is cheap and most of us always have it. So that's what we're going to use today. So obviously, before you do this, and I don't want to leave this part out, I say obviously, but it may not be, the rubbing alcohol is not designed to get the dust and the dirt and all the crap off the back of your fender extension. You need to make sure it's cleaned first. You can use whatever you have, waterless wash. You can take it out to the car wash if you want to. Just make sure that it's clean from dirt, debris, and all that crap. The rubbing alcohol or the Prep All or Q2 Prep, whatever you use, that stuff is just designed to get the waxes and oils off. Do not by any means take a soft cloth, pour rubbing alcohol on it, and this thing's covered in dust and dirt, and start wiping it. That dust and dirt is going to scratch your clear coat. Rubbing alcohol is not designed to pick that stuff up and put it in the towel. You're just smearing, basically sanding your clear coat with dirt and dust. So make sure that's clean first. Then take a soft cloth and your rubbing alcohol and get all of this clean. And one other thing too, guys, is don't install these if it's below 50 degrees in your garage or outside. 3M tape's not gonna stick that well. You don't wanna be that guy that just put the new lights on his bike and you're riding down the road and they fall off and they're back there dragging and smacking all over the road and stuff, and your buddies are gonna be like, super cool. Now that this is all dry from the rubbing alcohol bath we just gave it, we wanna get ready to put this on. So I've always done this with 3M tape. I've done it for years. I always take my thumbnail and kind of scratch the back of it, kind of get that tape gushy underneath that, and makes the 3M sticker piece come off a little easier. Now, whether it does or whether it doesn't, I have no idea. It used to say that on the 3M website. I don't know if that's still pertinent. Some might even say it's an old wives' tale, but that's one wives' tale I don't want to mess with. I want to make sure this thing sticks. So today we're going to scratch up the back. So at this point, you've got a really sticky 3M pad. You got a really clean fender extension here. Remember, we're going to set this in, push it up till it hits these two tabs, and then we're going to lay it on. Now remember, you're going to pull it up till it grabs those teeth. You're just going to roll it on just like that. Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the free video. I just want to take a second to stop and tell you how much I appreciate all of you out there on YouTube. So if you like what you see, check out the rest of the channel, because we had over 100 bagger related videos on the channel, and every one of them are absolutely free to watch. We don't charge to watch any videos. We don't have any secret squirrel websites or groups that you have to join and pay us money to watch our videos. All of our videos absolutely free all the time. So I really appreciate it if you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon at the end, and it'll notify you every time we upload a video. That's the stuff that keeps us out here in the shop making these free videos for you guys. You can also check out Sikbaggers on Instagram and Facebook, but seriously, I just wanted to stop for a second and tell you how much I appreciate every one of you guys. You guys are awesome. Me and my family appreciate the hell out of every single one of you. But I'm gonna get out of here and let you get back to the video. Just press it on, hold it like that for 30-40 seconds and make sure that's good and pressed on. Look down in here and make sure it's exactly where you want it, because if it's not, you're gonna have a heck of a time getting that off and repositioning it. So just make sure you take your time, be careful, stick it exactly where you want it. So we're gonna do the same thing on this side. You're gonna peel this off just like that. We're gonna do the same thing on this side. Wire under, we're gonna pull it up and hook, push it over, roll it on just like that. We're gonna hold that in place, make sure that's where we want it. Yeah, and right there, that looks good. So from here we're gonna do the wires. We're gonna run the wires up down the side of this frame and up underneath the seat so we can plug them in. So this already has clips right here for a wire. You have them on the other side as well, there's just nothing in them. So we're just gonna pull this through the shortest route from A to B. You see we have the perfect amount of wire here. It does come with 4 zip ties, so you can just zip tie this right next to your antenna, your other wire harness, wherever you want to put it. You just want to make sure that it's pulled taut so this wire never gets into your wheel. Once you get these on, cut your little zip ties, go behind the shock. This gentleman has the adjustable shocks, so it makes it a little bit harder. We got a big knob in here to deal with, but makes it just a tad bit harder to get zip ties in there if you got big hands. Straight up through here, there's a hole right on the back side of this where you can pull this wire through. You're gonna have to kind of fish around in there till you get it. Pull it up through there. Now we've got that underneath the seat. We're gonna hop on over to the other side and do the same thing. On this side, you don't have that wire harness, but you just have the same 3 clips. So you can make sure you pull that taut, zip tie, cut that off, go behind the shock, Go to this one here. Zip tie, pull it taut. Cut that off. Same thing, guys. Straight up through here, between the frame and the fender, we're gonna pull this up and through. You still have zip ties, you still got an extra hole here. Go ahead and put that last zip tie in there. Cut it off. Now you got your wires up underneath the seat, you're ready to go. We're in the home stretch now, guys. Very easy. I'm gonna unplug a few things. He's already got some Ciro stuff on here. So I'm gonna unplug this and put this back to stock so you can see. If you didn't have any other Ciro lights, you would have the gray plug, which goes up to your fuel system. You'll have the black plug. That's your rear wiring harness. This is where you want to daisy chain that plug in. So basically you can see you've got two wires just like that with a daisy chain. So you're going to unplug that, put this in just like that. Now you've got these two wires that go back. If you pull this little sleeve back here, you'll see a black, brown, blue, red. And on this side, you'll have a purple. So you have black, purple, blue, red. Purple goes to the left side, setting on the bike. Brown goes to the right side. Before we plug these in, we're gonna add just a little bit of that dielectric grease on there. It doesn't take a lot. That's way too much. Okay, we're gonna plug these in. Now we're gonna kick the bike on, make sure everything's right. We got left and right, that's right, and that's it. You just wanna kind of smash this stuff down, zip tie it off if you want to, and you're done. So like this customer already had the saddlebag latch insert LEDs. You're just gonna daisy chain everything. So you only need to unplug one thing. You're gonna put your male back on here, and you're gonna put your female into that male, and now you've just got a big daisy chain. Now we have the two plugs that we need for the saddlebag latch insert. So these go back to the filler panel lights, and these go back to the inserts. So you can add as many things as you want into this loop. Everything's put back on. We can kick the bike back on, make sure everything's working correctly. You got left side, right side. We got brake. We have hazards. So now that that's done, you can see why I said you could have the other alcohol if you wanted to. Super, super easy install. Definitely something anyone could do at home. I've installed a ton of Ciro products in the past between the Road Glide, the Street Glide, and also other customers' bikes. And this one by far is probably the easiest install that I've ever done. So if you're wanting to run add-on LEDs, I highly suggest that you replace the bullet turn signals in the front and the bullet turn signals in the rear with LEDs as well. That way the entire bike is LED. The good side of that is that Ciro also sells the 2-inch bullet front and rear that you can start with and then start adding stuff like this to it. If it's the first time you're installing LED on your bike and you reach up here to test everything and you've got a hyper flash on your dashboard, that just means it's flashing faster than the actual tail light is. That's because it's not been reprogrammed. So I'll walk you through how to reprogram your bike for LEDs. It's super easy. You only have to do this one time. Once it's relearned for LEDs, you can add LEDs every day for the rest of your life. You don't have to do this anymore. Ignition on, hazards on, ignition off. Let that run for sometimes 3 to 5 minutes. You're gonna let that run for 3 to 5 minutes. But I'll be honest with you guys, I've seen this take like 8 seconds and you'll see everything just kind of line out. But I have had bikes in here that I've had to do this same thing 5 or 6 times and let them run 3 to 5 minutes each time until it finally relearned. I don't understand that, why it did that, but I've had a few do it. Once you've let it run its full cycle, ignition back on, hazards off, very important, ignition back off. Now, it should have relearned itself, ignition back on, check your blinker. If you still have hyper flash, repeat that process. You want to get your hands on a set of these, I'll put the link down in the description. If you click that link, it'll take you straight over to Ciro's website, straight to those filler panel lights. Like I said, get those in a couple different flavors. You can get chrome or black, you can get smoke or red lenses. Hopefully this video helped you. If it did, hit that like button down there. It doesn't cost you anything to hit that like button and it helps us tremendously. Go check out the rest of the YouTube channel. We got over 150 bagger related videos on there. Just about everything we've done to the road light and street light, it's all on there. Go check it out. Guys, I've got my AC cranked in here and it's still like 95 degrees in here because it's like 5,000 degrees outside. I am burning up. So I'm gonna get out of here, go cool off, and get my butt back to work. But until the next video, as always, be safe, keep your knees in the breeze. Thanks for checking out the YouTube video, guys. If you like what you see, make sure you hit the subscribe button over here. Over 100 bagger related videos on our YouTube channel. But to get you started, maybe you can check out this one or this one. Just one of them. Not really gonna say anything else, just click the button, man. It'll just